Hello, so dear ladies and gentlemen, dear EHS members, my name is Olivier Guillaume. I'm working at the Institute of Material Science and Technology in Vienna. And with this short video, I want to share with you the experience I have with the European Hernia Society. So I am a biomaterial scientist as background. During the last 10 to 15 years, I've been strongly focusing my research in developing new hernias for the field of muscle hernia repair. I focus as well my research in trying to create bioactive meshes to handle them with biological or pharmacological functions in order to stimulate the repair of tissue. So I've done a lot of work in, for instance, creating meshes which can be visible after implantation using MRI. I've created as well different technologies to handle them with anti-infectious property, so to prevent infection, or as well to coat them with cells, for instance, to try to accelerate the healing of the muscle defect if we implant this combined mesh patient cells product. But as we all aware, to find some money to do such basic research is really not that easy, being a biomaterial scientist. And the positive things with the EHS is that even though most of the members are clinicians, they are surgeons, but they still do understand the need to do basic research and applied research. And this is really a good point for me. And this society dares to grant, to finance projects, even though they're really basic and they're really preliminary, and that they will not have a clinical application in the short term. So this is really an advantage. And of course, the money I get when I got an EHS research grant does not compete with the large project that we can have. But at least all the system is really flexible at the EHS. The submission is really easy, really fast, really simple. The decision is fast as well, and there's little bureaucracy. So those are really advantages that I take into consideration when I apply to the EHS research grant that I did in the past. And I will give you some of my positive experience with them. So for me, this EHS allows me to widen the international collaborations. So I got my first EHS grant in 2017, where together with one of the head of the Tissue Engineering Society in Austria, Professor Heinz Redl, we submitted a project and we got funded a project where we take the adipose-derived stem cells from the fat of the patients, and we can combine them with a prosthetic mesh to reimplant them. So this was validated in a rabbit model, so in vivo. And this was a really nice experience that I have with Professor Heinz Redl and his team. So this was thanks to this EHS first project that I get accepted. And so if you want to know more about the outcomes, you can click on this QR code, of course. The second one that I got accepted was in 2019, where this time we developed adjuvants that could be combined to meshes to fight against infection. And again, this allows me to travel to Spain and to visit the fantastic lab of Professor Bayon and Gemma Pascual. So they have done a really great effort to establish an animal facility with a model of infected hernia, animal model. So it's a really few laboratories in Europe being able to doing that, and they're really mastering this aspect. And it was a really great chance for me to visit them and to do a little bit of research with them. So back in 2019. And finally, the last project that I will briefly mention is a more recent one, obtained last year with somebody this time in France, so Dr. Sébastien Blanquer in Montpellier. He is a chemist, and together, so we have a new project where we want to develop the new generation of meshes, which are created using 3D printing. And so I'm really excited about this new project because with 3D printing, so you can really create meshes with different kind of architecture, pore size, or anisotropy, which cannot be achieved using the normal knitting process or waving process of PP mesh, for instance. So I'm really exciting with this project, and we will see what it gives. But so my first point is that thanks to those EHS research grants, I could really widen my international collaboration network. With that comes better visibility in terms of research. Of course, so with those visits and those research projects, I could have more publications in different journals, in hernia journals or in other journals. And some part of the grant can pay the open fee. So we increase the accessibility of our research to a larger community. And I can use as well part of the grant funding to reimburse the fee of conferences. And I was really happy to share some of the results recently in two of the EHS conferences taking place in Vienna and in Hamburg a few years ago. And this was made possible thanks to the EHS research grants I got. Finally, the take-home message is, of course, I am an EHS. And I'll say many thanks for this society to offer me these research grants to pay research and to widen my expertise on that. And I want as well to thank the strong effort put by all the team of the EHS and Christina Garcia for all her feedback. So every time I have a question, so she's really helpful in answering them. So I hope I convince you to apply for those EHS grants. They're really helpful, and I wish you a good success in the grant proposal. Thank you very much.